What's up, gamers? Well, I figured I'd do another top 5 list this time around. And this time it's really a top 5 list going really back to the past. I'm talking Game Boy. That's right, the black and white Game Boy. Yeah. The Game Boy may seem like it's a bit primitive for its time. Sure, it's in black and white, but did it suck? No, it was pretty damn awesome. Sure, we had the Game Gear at the same time, and you can laugh about the Game Boy in comparison to that. But the Game Gear, of course, was superior in most ways, being that it had a backlight, and it was in color. Only problem to me was that the games were a little bit lackluster. I mean, Christ, you compare those Sonic games to Sega Genesis, and the fact that it guzzled 6 AA batteries within a short period of time. Meanwhile, the Game Boy still kicked ass when it came to battery life, and the games still kicked ass. Yeah, that's why I'm going for a top 5. Top 5 best Game Boy games. Now here are the rules. These are black and white Game Boy games, not Game Boy Color, and not Game Boy Advance. Okay? That means you can obviously count out the director's cut versions of Oracle of Seasons and Ages, and of course Mario Brothers Deluxe Edition. Yep. And basically any remakes and obviously any counterparts that were superior on the consoles, pretty much I'm not going to count them. Any counterparts that were superior on the consoles, pretty much I'm not going to count them. Number 5, Metroid 2. Well, yeah, this was a pretty underrated title in my opinion. And yeah, of course, like I said, it is against the rules in this list to use counterparts of an NES, but this actually is a different game in comparison to the first Metroid, and it may seem more or less just a poor, a poor man's edition of Metroid. But it's in black and white, and story-wise, it actually is a sequel. But in my opinion, if you can get over all the frustration and all the repetitiveness of the first Metroid game, you can enjoy this one. Pretty underrated in my opinion, but hey, that's why I put it at number 5. Number 4, Tetris Attack. Yeah, of course, this one seems pretty simple, but hey, in my opinion, I enjoyed the shit out of this one. I mean, yeah, what could be better than pretty much switching blocks back and forth? Hey, we even see the Mario characters thrown in there. I don't know what that's all about, but it was enough for me to really get me into this game. I enjoyed the living hell out of it. It seems simple, but hey, it's addictive. Number 3, Super Mario Land. Don't get me wrong, I like the second one. It's got more levels, and of course you got the costumes and everything, but hey, this time around, you can't beat the original. The soundtrack's fun, you get fireballs that, well, not only throw fireballs, you actually throw fireballs that bounce all over the place. Koopas, when you jump on them, they explode. And this time around, of course, you're not rescuing Princess Peach. Sorry about this, Peach, but it's Princess Daisy's turn this time around. And I guess this is obviously before Princess Peach's name pretty much came into picture. I mean, hell, Mario's got balls in this one. He fights freaking lions, he fights a cloud, and then fights a freaking alien ship. And a plane. How could you go wrong there? It may seem primitive, like I said, but hey, it's worth it, even though the game is short, but it could still have its frustration and difficulty. And for $5 on eShop on Nintendo 3DS, like most of the Game Boy games, I'd say give it a shot. It's well worth it. Number 2, Kirby's Dream Land 2. Yeah, this time around I'm counting the sequel, because, come on, compared to the first one, which was pretty short and had some frustration, the second one improves on it a whole lot and makes it feel like the first one should have never existed. Don't get me wrong, the first one is good, but the second one, wow. I don't know what took it so long to release on Nintendo 3DS Virtual Console, but thank the Lord it's finally here. Yeah, I mean, not only do you have Kirby, but of course you have all 3 of his pals. The fish, the bird, and of course the gerbil. My all-time favorite is the bird, but of course the fish comes in handy when you're trying to do stuff underwater that you can't do without him. The levels are fun and addictive, the boss fights are fun, the game is even longer than the first one, the soundtrack is cool. What more can you say? It's simply awesome. Well, probably one of the best Nintendo sequels that improves on the first one that you could ever ask for. And number 1, Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. Of course, like I said, it can't be the director's cut version. I would have included it if I was doing Game Boy Colors, but hey, it's Legend of Zelda, man. It's in black and white, but it's still a great game. It may seem a lot like Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, and I don't know how the Zelda timeline exactly goes, but who the hell cares? It's Legend of Zelda. It's fun, it's challenging, it can be hard, and some of the boss fights can be tough, and yeah, it sucks that you don't have any of that, well, I couldn't come across any like the heart containers or fairies like you could in the other installments, but it's still a shitload of fun. Trust me, it's well worth it. I would obviously download the director's cut, being that that's the only version available on 3DS Virtual Console, but hey, both versions are well worth it. So that's my list. Till next time, happy gaming.
Get over